It's Saturday night.
Woohoo!
Hey, we're so excited to be back. Keep remembering to tag us on socials. We want to see photos of where you are, who you're with,
That's
your
right.
youth group.
That's right.
Tag us. Tag.
That's right. Any questions, anything coming up, let us know. Do you ever feel bad for Easter Saturday? It gets so neglected. We never call it Easter Saturday. We just say, welcome back to Saturday night.
I'm Easter Saturday night.
Easter
Woo!
Saturday. Hey, tonight would have been the talent show if we were live at Mystery Creek. So go ahead and if you want to share with your youth tonight any secret talents you have, any special things that you can do, let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't have any actually. I'm pretty lame.
Oh, sure, you've got a secret talent.
Oh, I can beatbox, but I
Go,
won't do it
show
for you
us.
now. No.
Oh. That's cool. Do you hear that sound?
Oh, you know
Do
what that
we hear
means.
sound?
Come on.
It is time for Tribal Wars!
Tribal Wars!
Woo!
Welcome back to Tribal Wars. We have day 2 of Tribal Wars. We're gonna welcome in the teams. Come on in, chicken team. Kelsey,
Hello.
once again, representing all the chickens out there. Come on in. Gemma, representing the pig team. Let's hear the noises of your buzzers. Ooh, that's pretty accurate pig noise. All right, today we're playing Guess the Song. Very straightforward. We're gonna play a snippet of a song.
Okay.
First person to buzz in gets to guess. If you buzz in and you are wrong, the other person will get a free guess. Fair?
Okay, cool.
All right, here we go. First song. Pig?
It's the song of Shrek. It's
I'm gonna need an artist and
I
a song
shouldn't have-
title.
I shouldn't have.
3, 2, 1. Free guess.
Oh wait, no, I know now.
3,
I don't know
Two,
the name of it. Who's
1.
I know it now.
Can you guess it?
Can
Go
I
on.
guess?
Yeah, tell us.
All Star.
All Star by
I don't know.
Smash Mouth.
Okay.
Come on.
Did
All
you
Star
know
by.
that?
Yeah, of
If you
course.
didn't have that, did you?
100%.
Yeah.
That's the most iconic. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're moving on. Next song, let's hear it. Chicken.
It is Ed Sheeran. I don't know the
3,
name of the song.
2,
Oh my
1.
goodness.
Thinking out loud.
Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. That is a point to the pig team.
Oh, thank-
First point on the second song. All right, come on. Let's go. Song 3.
Fireflies by. Is it Owl City?
Wow, well done.
Good work,
Fantastic.
Gemma.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
great.
goodness.
Thanks.
You're onto it.
That's 2. 2 to the pigs.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chicken.
Come on, all the
try.
chickens. Next song, let's hear it. Go for it.
What a Beautiful Name by Hillsong Worship.
Oh my goodness.
Guys,
I need to be faster.
Not
I
just
knew
secular
that one.
songs, even worship songs. Pig team, right out in the lead. Come on, you can
I
do
need
this.
some help.
Bring it back. Hey,
Wait.
I reckon this next one's all you, okay?
Okay.
Let's
I'll
hear
try.
it. Let's
Okay,
hear it.
I'm
Next
ready.
song.
I'm ready.
That was you.
Miley Cyrus Party in the USA.
Yes, 100%. 100% correct.
1 point for the
1
chickens.
to 3.
I was gonna guess that.
It's okay. Next song. Let's hear it.
Watermelon Sugar, Harry Styles.
Wow,
Too quick.
this is not a fair competition.
I'm struggling.
So what is that? Is that 4 to you? 4-1?
I'm not counting.
It's okay. We've got this. Next
on.
song. Let's go. Song 7. That was a pig.
Let
That was
it go. Frozen. Wait, it's Frozen, not the artist.
It's not the artist.
Yeah.
That was your guess.
Menzel. Indiana Menzel?
Well, that was her
I'm
guess,
never
so it's
gonna
to
know who
you.
the artist is of this.
In
I would say like Elsa, or is it, or her sister? I don't even know which one sings
She
it.
said it.
Indie Menzel. Is that what she said?
You can have a half point each. Let It Go by Idina Menzel.
I feel like
I
it's a
was
pity
so
point.
close.
Yeah, you were super
Yeah.
close.
so
You were
close.
super close. Did you know that? Did you know that it was Idina Menzel?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
struggling.
you didn't. Anyways, next song. Surely. Yeah, that's a chicken.
It is Queen, and I want to say Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes, well done. 2.5 to 4.5.
I'm coming back.
Or 5.5? I'm not entirely sure. The points will be somewhere. Next song, let's hear it. It's a pig.
Living on a Prayer. Is it Bon Jovi?
It is Bon Jovi. So this is a runaway. So we're going to say that the last one is worth 5 points.
I got this. I got
So there's
this.
a chance, right? It's 20,
Absolutely not.
22. Everybody needs a chance to win. Last one. Let's hear it.
It's Katy Perry.
Yes.
I've just got to think of any Katy Perry
Come
song.
on.
I think it's
I
like
got it.
Friday night.
I got it.
Is it not that one?
It's
got it.
not.
It's TGIF.
Ah, damn, I knew it.
It's not.
What?
It's
is
not.
it?
I'm going to take this one for the win. Obviously, that's Teenage Dream by
Oh
Katy
my
Perry.
goodness.
Guys, come
Dang it.
on. It's okay. We can't all be Katy Perry fans.
So did
Okay,
you win or did
so
I
Steve
win?
wins.
Technically, no. The pigs won.
Yeah, good
Let's
work,
hear it
good
for the
work.
pigs. Come on. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
Hey, stay tuned. Like all those good songs, we've got some great songs coming. It's time to worship wherever you are. Let's stand up and enjoy worshiping our God together.
Oh, not my will, but yours be done. Reveal the will of the Father. Oh, not my will, but yours be done. Reveal the will of the Father. Reveal the will of the Father. Reveal the will of the Father. I trust you, Lord. I trust you know it all for me. I trust you, Lord. I trust you know it all for me. Yakaha, Kimaya, Kimana, Wenui. Be strong, be steadfast, be willing. Yakaha, Kimaya, Kimana, Wenui. Be strong, be steadfast, be willing.
But yours be done. Reveal the will of the Father. Oh, not my will, but yours be done. Reveal the will of the Father. Reveal the will of the Father. Reveal the will of the Father. I trust you, Lord. I trust you know it all for me. I trust you, Lord. I trust you know it all for me. Yakaha, Kimaya, Kimana, Wenui. Be strong, be steadfast, be willing. Oh, Yakaha, Kimaya, Kimana, Wenui. Be strong, be steadfast, be willing. Be strong, be steadfast, be willing.
are more than enough for me. You're more than enough. You are more than enough for me. You're more than enough. You are more than enough for me. You're more than enough. You are more than enough for me. You're more than enough. You are more than enough for me. You're more than enough. You are more than enough for me. You're more than enough. You are more than enough for me. You're more than You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop. Oh, you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are.
Our next speaker is Aaron Hardy. He's a songwriter, a musician, a worship leader, a pastor, a great dad and husband. He's lead pastor at Te Rautini Church in Waikato. Many of the songs that we've sung at Easter Camp over the years were written by him and his team. We're really excited by what Aaron has to share with us today.
It was supposed to be different. We were supposed to be here, right? This Ngāti Hauā Whenua in which Mystery Creek operates was supposed to be home to 4,000 teenagers for 5 days, right? There was supposed to be the smells of lynx and armpit dew lingering in the air. There was supposed to be music pumping everywhere. Someone was meant to go too hard on the water slide and end up limping away, pretending to laugh even though they were actually crying with pain but holding it in. We were supposed to be singing together, remembering together, celebrating together. I was supposed to be with you guys ātinana in person, not marunga te rorohiko through the computer. We were supposed to have stayed up too late, lost our voices, hustled 6 pies instead of 2 on Pie Day, fought for our seats with unnecessary passion, gotten awkwardly competitive in the sports, and probably tonight, Saturday night, we were supposed to be listening to the Talent Quest finalists, waving chairs in the air for tribal wars, watching some kid fall over while waving that chair in the air. You get my point though, right? It was meant to look somewhat different to this. Kia ora koutou, ko Aaron Hardy tēnei. I tupuaki au ki Papaioia, e noho ana au ki Kirikiriroa e nai nei. He toto Pākehā e nei, I mārena tētai uri o Ngāti Mahanga, ko Te Ata Tona Ingoa, ka puta ki waho toko toru ngā tamariki, he rangatira maiwa ki Te Rautini Church. Kia ora everyone, my name is Aaron. I grew up in Palmy, I live in Hamilton, I'm married to the beautiful Te Ata, and we have 3 kids, and we are leaders of Te Rautini Church. As I said, he pāpa tēnei e tūana. I'm a dad, and my kids' names are Tākiri ko Te Ata, Hawaiki, and Te Aiō. Now before I had kids, I had all these ideas about what parenting would look like. You know, if you scroll through your Insta or TikTok reels, you might find these really emotional videos about parents' deep love for their children. And you know, I don't doubt that love, but the videos and pictures are always of the kids asleep, or cuddling, or having these really cute moments. And the reality is that I often end up with either poo or spew on me. One of the kids will call my name 400 times during the night until my spirit is so broken, they end up in my wife and I's bed, and I end up getting kicked out somewhere else. One of my kids will cry for ages because they wanted a cuddle, but then they didn't want to cuddle. and then they wanted to watch Bluey, but then they didn't, and then they were hungry for an apple, but not that apple, the other apple. No, Papa, the other apple. Don't get me wrong. I love my kids. I'll fight you and mess you up if you even think about touching my kids, but the Instagram reels paint a super different picture of parenting, right? And when my kid has filled their nappy so it's wet to touch and it's sitting on my head at 5 a.m., I feel like I'm saying that same thing of, it was supposed to be different. All jokes aside, being a parent is about the greatest gift in my life. And even when I find that there are poo or spew or food stains on my clothes that I'm only realizing as I stand in front of my church to speak, we often find ourselves battling what our imagination or desires are and then the reality, right? And as we get into the Easter story, we find that we aren't the only ones who felt that same sentiment of it was supposed to be different. Picture this. About 2,000 years ago, two mates were walking away from Jerusalem on the road to Emmaus. They were depressed. They'd given up their entire lives to follow this guy called Ihu Karaiti, Yeshua, or Jesus. They had believed that he would be the Messiah, that he would be the one to rescue Israel and liberate the nations, and yet he had died naked on a cross in the most humiliating way. His death wasn't just painful, it was a statement by the Roman Empire of, this is what we do to your leaders. We are the empire, the power, and look at your leader, your hope, shamed and dead on a cross. And there was no Uber, so they had ages to think about whether they had just completely believed a lie. It was supposed to be different. This is what the scriptures say, the ancient text says. That same day, two of them were walking to the village Emmaus, about 7 miles out of Jerusalem. They were deep in conversation, going over all of these things that had happened. In the middle of their talk and questions, Jesus came up and walked along with them, but they were not able to recognize who he was. He asked, "What's this you're discussing so intently as you walk along?" They just stood there, long-faced, like they had lost their best friend. Then one of them, his name was Cleopas, said, "Are you the only one in Jerusalem who hasn't heard what's happening during the last few days? Check your news feed, bro." He said, "What has happened?" They said, "The things that happened to Jesus the Nazarene. He was a man of God, a prophet, dynamic in work and word, blessed by both God and all the people. Then our high priest and leaders betrayed him, got him sentenced to death, and crucified him. And we had our hopes up that he was the one. And it is now the 3rd day since it happened. But now some of our women have completely confused us, lost their mind. Early this morning, they were at the tomb and couldn't find his body. They came back with the story that they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Some of our friends went off to the tomb to check and found it empty, just as the woman said, but they didn't see Jesus." Then he said to them, "So thick-headed, so slow-hearted. Why can't you simply believe all that the prophets said? Don't you see that these things had to happen, that the Messiah had to suffer and only then enter into his glory?" Then he started at the beginning with the books of Moses, and he went on through all the prophets, right throughout the scriptures, and he referred to all of them. And then they came to the edge of the village where they were headed, and he acted as if he were going on, but they pressed him. "Stay, eat with us, share kai with us, sit at the table with us." So he went in with them. He sat down at the table. He took the bread, he blessed it, and he broke it, and he gave it to them. And at that moment, open-eyed, wide-eyed, they recognized him. And then he disappeared. Back and forth they talked. Didn't we feel on fire as he conversed with us on the road, as he opened up the scriptures for us? Jesus met them on the road as they walked away from all they had hoped. Jesus was meant to rescue a people that were being tortured, murdered, and financially pressured in every way. They were desperate to be rescued. If Jesus was the Messiah, then him dying on the cross didn't factor into their imagination, even though he had told them that, and it was prophesied before him, that it would be through his death and resurrection that a new way would be established. To the disciples, it wasn't meant to be like this. The only problem was that even though Jesus had prepared them for the reality of this moment, that through death would come life, they weren't ready. Their imagination was shaped by an idea that only a military leader could rescue Israel. They could not comprehend the idea that the way Jesus would lead would be unlike the Romans or any empire on the face of the earth that they had ever seen. His kingdom would be non-violent and full of power, wisdom, peace, patience, gentleness, self-control, and kindness. And he had told them that, but the Instagram and TikTok reels of their imagination had different expectations. It was supposed to be different. Or was it supposed to be like this all along? So Jesus meets them on the road and explains why he needed to die and be resurrected. And their hearts were caught on fire again as they realized that this was always the plan. That Jesus, no matter what, will always do what he says that he will do. It might not be in the way or in the timing we want, but he is the keeper of his promises no matter what. And the truth is that for you guys in your own life, a whole lot of things won't have gone as you imagined. Your parents might have gotten divorced. You might have got bullied at school or even at your youth. You might have prayed prayers and felt an absolute silence and rejection. You might even feel like you were just hanging out and waiting for this weekend camp as that was the only place where you sensed God. The only place that you felt like you might be rescued. When Jesus died, the ancient text that we call the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 6 that God raised Jesus from the dead. Why does it matter that Jesus did not raise Jesus from the dead? It matters because Jesus came to model a way of living. And in Jesus' absolute death, he placed all his trust in God to resurrect him. And maybe in this season, whether you find yourself wondering if Jesus is all he says he is, maybe all he is asking you to do is to let your imagination of events die, not your hope, but your imagination. Maybe the God who resurrected Jesus from the dead has a resurrection plan for your life, your school, your family, your parents. And maybe all he is asking you to do is to trust that the Lord is gracious and compassionate. And his promises are always yes and amen, no matter what. It wasn't meant to be like this. Maybe. We were supposed to be together. Maybe. Or maybe God is working something deeper out in you, and he's asking you the question of, will you trust me? Will you place your disappointed imagination back in me and put it in the grave and allow it to die so that I can resurrect your imagination and give you new hope? Jesus isn't asking you to lead yourself out of your disappointment or rejection. He's not even asking you to try. He's asking you to trust him with it. Wiremu Tamihana, the most significant leader in Ngāti Hauā history, said to his people at the establishment of the Kingitanga in Waikato whilst holding up the Paipera Tapu, the Bible, "We have not regarded this, the word of God, which says, 'Come to me, all you that are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest.'" He was quoting Jesus. And see, somewhere in the middle of all your doubt, it wasn't meant to be like this moment, Jesus is saying, "Come to me. Trust me with your burdens. Trust me with your burnt imagination. Trust me with the hard stuff, and I will give you rest no matter what." Let go of control. We were supposed to be here, but here's what I know. Our location presents no limitation to where Jesus is in your world. He is as present right now at your side as he has been at any camp. Easter camp is special, definitely. No one argues that. But it's not the lights, the stage, or the excitement that has caused you to experience his love. Think again about those two followers of Jesus walking on the road to Emmaus. Jesus chased them down to lift their spirits, meet them in their despair and disappointment, and remind them of his presence. There was nothing exciting about the road they were walking on. There was no crowd, no emotional background music or inspiring video happening in that moment. There were two friends and their deep sadness and confusion. That's it. A dusty road, two friends, disappointment, sadness, and Jesus turned up. He didn't need a crowd nor an event. So why does he make himself known to us? Because he loves us and wants to lift the burden off of us that causes us despair. He is chasing after you even now, chasing you on that road you find yourself on. See, high school for me was a place I felt most alone, not good enough, smart enough, athletic enough, cool enough, and just invisible. I wasn't the cream of the crop. And at our school, we had what you call streams, whereby according to how well you did at school, you got put in either stream 1 for the smart kids right through to stream 8. And then there were 2 classes that didn't have numbers. Mixed abilities and developmental were their names, not even a number. And on that first day of year 9, I asked the teacher 15 times, "What stream is this?" And he avoided the question the entire time until right at the end he reluctantly said, "Mixed abilities," in such a way as if he were trying to protect the class from feeling dumb. Well, me and every other kid in the class had a self-fulfilling prophecy moment whereby the external metric of academic high school ability became the internal belief of, I am not good enough. I started to believe I wasn't just dumb at school, but I was dumb at everything. And the sinking insecurity began to take shape in my life of just not being enough. I remember coming to a camp like this. I remember being 15 and having a deep experience of feeling seen by God, and it changed everything. I remember knowing that because God saw me, I was infinitely more than what I believed about myself. I went on beyond school to achieve far beyond my mixed abilities year 9 academic grade would have believed. All because Jesus met me on the road that I was on. The despair, the loneliness, the rejection. He met me, saw me, believed in me, valued me, and lifted my head. Wherever you are, why don't you just ask God, even right now, I need you to see me. Help me know that you see me. He atua koe ki te ana. You are the God who sees me. Trust me, He sees you, knows you, and will meet you on that dusty road you find yourself on no matter what. And you will find yourself like the two mates on the road, feeling like your heart has been set on fire with belief and hope again. You see me, and you know me. You love me through and through. You see me and you know me. You love me through and through.
Wow, thank you so much, Aaron. What a cool word. And how great was it to be back at Mystery Creek? If you guys have anything you wanted to talk about from that message, or if you have any prayer requests, feel free to jump in the chats. We have our team, they're here to help. Also, make sure you don't forget to come back tomorrow, 10 a.m. We'll see you there.